You know what I really miss is the basketball tournaments at Betty Zane days.
Yeah,
When you used to go down there, I mean, I remember watching that when like and one was coming out,
yeah,
and the whole town would just be screaming. Anytime somebody like got dunked on or anything, like
right.
it was nice.
Yeah, shout out to my cousin Michael. He's one of the main people
Okay,
putting that
yeah,
on back in the day. So I played in that tournament a lot.
did you?
Yeah,
And you were talking about the James D. Watts tournament maybe expanding in the future.
yeah, definitely. We want to make it like a week long event if we can. Um, the tournament a week long, like so we get more teams each year, expanding, getting bigger as we go. So last year we had 8, this year we're at 10, and just keep moving forward and adding on.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
cool.
And 2000 first place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2000
that's
to the first place winner. We're having a 3-point contest. You can win. Rick Lay actually won that last year. You can win 300 on that. And
that's
then
cool.
the kids, we're gonna have like one-on-one tournament, hot shot, 3-point shootout, stuff like that. So they'll be able to win cash prizes as well. And
Okay,
we're giving away a scholarship in my dad's name. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. What about the are you guys vendor slots for, or you have a message for vendors that might want to come down and get a
yeah, I
spot?
mean it's a great opportunity to get your product out there. We're only charging $20 for vendors for the 3 days. So I mean you can't
Yeah,
beat it. Come down, get your product out there. There's gonna be a lot of people there, and I mean I'm sure everybody's gonna be going to each vendor and purchasing different items. So it'd be definitely a good look
Yeah,
yeah.
for any vendors. Just hit us up, me, Rick, or Bill Schmidt, and we can make it happen for you.
yeah.
And you're actually heading down to Rick's right after this.
Yeah, I'm heading down to Rick's summer bash. She got a lot of things going on for the kids, face paint for the kids, all kind of stuff like that. And then my artists are actually performing at 7 o'clock after the kids
Oh, nice.
stuff is over. Yeah, so
Um,
definitely gonna go down there.
now how many artists do you work with now?
3 right now.
Oh, three.
Yeah,
Okay,
just 3.
okay. And they're all three out there gigging and everything, going out and playing shows.
Yeah, we actually just came back from LA for BET weekend. They
Okay,
had shows out there, so
nice.
we had a real good time out there. Made a lot of connections, so just keep pushing.
That's what I was excited to ask you about. Like the production of music too, because it is nuts. Even like the technology of recording, just like us talking, like it's almost every month something new comes out.
Yeah,
It's half the challenge of like putting out music is just getting used to all the new
right.
technology and programs and
Always something new. Not much hardware anymore. Everything's
that.
like digital. It's
Yeah,
faster, and yeah, everything's new now. It just seems like something different all the time.
yeah. When you're producing songs, do you have a certain style? When do you like using like electronic instruments, or do you try to bring in stuff in front of mics? Or
It just depends on the song, really. But
yeah,
with my artists, sometimes they might bring in a live band or
yeah,
like people just bring in like a guitar player. But other times, we got NPCs, stuff like that, to
yeah.
where they can make their own beats
Hmm.
and stuff like that. And also, my brother Chase makes beats.
Okay. I was playing with Matt Van Fossen, and we actually went to Chase's when he was living in Mackey, and he was showing me his setup. It
Okay,
was
yeah,
pretty cool
yeah, that's
studio
my brother.
setup.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, it was cool, and it's nuts too. Is like the amount of like white noise. I tell people like when you have to fight through like you record people on this mics, and then you go on, you listen back to it, just fighting. Just like all the machines in your house that you don't think that produce noise, they
right.
all add up into a mic. It's nuts.
Can pick it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I let Chase handle all that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he been doing that since he
Okay.
was real little. So
Okay.
yeah, let him handle that part.
There's new technology coming out. I just saw it's a Galaxy phone where they had a guy playing saxophone in the middle of Times Square, and they were able to like isolate that track from all the like hustle and bustle of the
That's
city. It was
that's
nuts.
crazy. There's so much stuff going on now. I just seen where one of my friends he was in the studio and had an AI and they was doing the hook. It was just he sang it and then it was sung in a whole nother voice. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's crazy.
They're doing AI like artists from back in the day. They're doing stand up comedians. They're having like them do like new sets from their stuff. It's crazy to think about. Do you ever think about that? Like AI putting out music? If there ever be like a change, or do you think it's just
It's getting harder and harder to tell. I mean,
Yeah.
it's sounding real close to the actual thing, so
Yeah.
I don't know where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
It's getting scary though. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
Especially then, like making tracks and hooks that you
Yeah.
know they're going to be catchy because, I mean, they have all the stats from all the songs ever recorded.
Right.
They'll know what to do.
It lost in your prestige as an artist. You were an all-state basketball player down at Bellaire, correct?
Right.
I wanted to ask you, is it normal for all-state basketball players to not be inducted into a Hall of Fame at the high school that they attended, that they were all-state? Like, what's the buzz around town about that?
I've been hearing a lot of buzz about it. I mean, I'm not sure, but I would love to get inducted into the Hall of Fame just for my kids to see it. You know what I mean? I know what I did. You know, I was player of the year in the state of Ohio, so I feel like I should be in there. But I wouldn't be worried about being in there if my kids wasn't
Right.
alive now and old enough to see it. So I think that'd be good for them to see, give them motivation for whatever they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Just to see that, like, you got to put in hard work to get the results. So
Right.
that's one of the main reasons that I would want to be in the Hall of Fame, but I haven't got that call yet, so just waiting on that call.
That's
from
not,
Bellaire.
that wouldn't be something like somebody would put your name in for. That would just be up to whoever's in charge to kind of
Right,
bring out to the Hall of Fame,
right,
I guess.
yeah, yeah. I think they have something coming up in during football season when they're going to announce new people. So
Oh, okay.
Okay.
hopefully they'll announce me as well.
Okay. And is Slick Wash the artist? Did that run parallel with your basketball career, or was it after?
No, see, that's where people get confused. Like that was after. Like when I was basketball, I was all basketball. I was just trying to be the best basketball player I could be. Then after, I started going on the road with my dad, and I decided I wanted to do music. And then I wanted to be the best possible rapper I could be, so I just went hard at it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anything you want to be, you gotta go hard at it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
What were the inspirations, rap wise, that kind of built your style?
My style, just like I like Tupac.
Yeah.
Just the people I grew up around, my cousins. You know what I'm saying? Just and just being proud of myself on being universal. I wanted to make every kind of music. I grew up with my dad. He was in the church. My uncles played instruments and stuff like that. So I wasn't like stuck in one box.
Right.
So
Is there a time that you can see yourself coming back with a like a Jay-Z s kind of album, just to let them know you still that?
there's no way I can come back. I'm retired. But my artists are dope, and I see them like breaking through this year, the end of this year, and coming to the next year. But me myself, I'm done. No, I'm retired.
Now, who are these artists? We'll give them a shout out.
Javinci Bands, that's my cousin and also my artist. He's doing big things. Isaiah Keys,
Okay.
you might have heard of
He
him
does. He
before.
does the Waterfront Halls
He's
open
doing
mics.
Waterfront
Yeah.
Vault, so he's doing big things. He's also shooting videos. And then I got a new guy named Kid Crazy who just got back from. He was just in L.A. Then he was in Kentucky, and he's actually performing tonight down at Rick's Bash.
Oh, okay.
So him and Isaiah will be performing tonight. I don't know if Javinci's gonna be able to make it or not. But
Okay.
him and Isaiah definitely be performing tonight. So should be a good show.
Yeah. I saw Isaiah's doing something where it's the rappers are battling for the door. I think he's giving it back to
Yeah.
the artist, which is really
Yeah.
cool.
And it's been packed. Every
Has
time
it?
he's done
Has
it,
it?
it's been packed. Yeah.
It's pretty packed for
Shout out
their
to the Waterfront Hall.
Yeah, they have the their band open mics too that
Mm.
really do well on Thursdays right now.
How much is your travels and your trials and tribulations with the music industry? How much has that played into the guidance you've been able to give your young artists?
I think it's been everything because even though I didn't make it to where I wanted to be, I mean, I was still like best Midwest artist in the country. Met a lot of industry people that have gotten bigger over the years. And one thing I always tell artists is, you want to build relationships. So even though I might not have made it, I could come back with better artists because I built this relationship with these people 20 years ago that are now the heads of companies and you know
Right.
what I mean, and Machine Gun Kelly, people like that. You know what I'm saying? But I knew him when he first started out, and I never burnt those bridges. So it's
Yeah.
imperative I did that because now we can come back through with a better product, which my art is a better product than me, and they've been responsive to my artists, so things been good. So I'm glad I kept those relationships. So it was big.
Yeah.
Had to get out here and get it.
Right.
And building that online brand is so important too.
Right.
That
Oh,
not a
yeah.
lot of artists around here kind of pick up at first, but like the ability for somebody like Google your name and that being the first thing that pops up and your
Right.
music pops up, it's just such a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
What is like I asked this before, like would your recommendation be a path to success for like song wise? Is it with rap? Would you want to be putting out a lot of content, say on SoundCloud, just to put out mixtapes, or is it more of like, do you think the path would be like get into an actual studio, get a really good product, and put that out?
I think the path now is even if you can't get an actual studio, get your own studio. You want to minimize costs so you can use
Yes,
it for promotion and things like that.
right.
So I think the path now is I think a lot of artists put out too much music. Like they're posting a song, posting a song, posting a
Yeah,
song. They don't give themselves enough time to actually service the record. You know what I mean?
yeah,
To put promotion behind it and see what can happen with the song. So I try to tell the artists like just slow down a little bit and see what this record can actually do.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Always be creating, but you don't always have to put things out because it confuses the fans.
Right, yeah.
So
And like if you put one song out, you can stretch it out with like through TikToks and just different things,
right,
not just new song, new song, new song,
yeah,
new song.
right. I feel like that's really important. And at first we were doing that. We were like just putting out new song.
Yeah,
Because like Da Vinci, he doesn't write. He just does all this stuff in his head. Like he's amazing. So, but what I had to do was okay, it's cool to make those songs, but we want to slow down so we can actually put something and get the people to buy into it,
yeah,
and then show them the rest of the music. So
yeah.
yeah,
Almost have a group of people that you can pull the song off to see what their reaction is and kind
right,
of make adjustments before you would actually put it out.
right,
Yeah, it's this day and age, it's so simple for somebody to make their own studio. And like we told Caleb when he was in here, like you can take loops just from like Apple GarageBand. You can combine loops, and that's like your legal song.
right.
As
Make a
long
beat.
yeah,
Yeah,
as long as you're not taking those loops and selling them as loops,
right,
it's perfectly legal for you to make up your own song from just virtual instruments that
right.
anybody can check out. And then also like you can go to like Mac Bids in Bridgeport now, buy like a $3 soundboard.
Right.
You're ready to roll with.
Things that used to cost like a lot,
Yeah,
now it's right at the tip of your finger. So yeah, it's just about really going out there and wanting it.
yeah, yeah. Because I always wondered, like, because you see some people always, it seems like maybe once every other week putting something out to SoundCloud just for their big like mixtape library. I don't know if that would be the path, or should they be putting more time into like work into a song before you put it out to the world.
Um, Personally, I mean, you can always put stuff on SoundCloud so you're getting a reaction from the fans.
Yeah,
But what you really want to push, like something you're gonna put your money behind, you want to focus on one song.
yeah,
I think that's the way to go about it now.
yeah.
You know, and
Okay,
then once they buy into you, then they're gonna see your whole body of work, and your project be like, oh, I like this song, I like this
right.
song. But you gotta
Yeah.
have that like care
Hmm.
and something that
Yeah,
draws their attention.
right.
Right.
And it's different from back in the day too, because normally they would want say 7 songs, but 2 of them are singles, so you had to
Right,
make sure 2 of them really popped out. And
right.
yeah, but so going to the latest in rap, what do you think of the Kendrick and Drake beef? Who do you side with?
Oh,
I bring this up
I'm
almost
siding
every.
with Kendrick on
Okay,
that. I think
no one has sided with Drake yet on this
I
show.
think Kendrick. It was a masterclass right there. I think he killed it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he did.
they did
I
that.
like Drake. I like his
Yeah,
music, but no, he's not a lyricist like Kendrick.
yeah.
His ghostwriters aren't lyricists like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by our new sponsor, Rich Investments Group. Rich Investments Group is a real estate investment firm with a mission of providing quality housing for our community. Rich Investments Group proudly offers a rent-to-own program, assisting tenants to one day become homeowners themselves. Veterans are urged to reach out to them so they can support them in finding their dream home. There was that one live show I saw. They did that song maybe 5 times in a row,
yeah,
and every single time the
went
song started,
nuts.
yeah, just a bigger
Yeah.
pop than the last.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite place have you performed at, or one of your performers you
Um,
saw on stage?
Man, my probably favorite place to perform is New York,
New York.
but I performed everywhere, and my artists have performed. I'm sure they probably say L.A.
Uh-huh.
But they performed everywhere. We was on tour with Riff Raff a couple years ago.
Okay.
So we toured like the whole East Coast from like Boston, Massachusetts all the way down. So that was pretty cool. Florida, like just traveling all over. Just
Yeah, is there a difference between East Coast and West Coast fans when you're rapping? Is it
East Coast is more like bars. They
more
want to hear
bars?
lyrics. That like the other stuff, the new stuff, they're not really into it.
Okay.
But like as you go further down south or out west, it's more about a vibe. It's
Okay.
not really
Yeah.
about the lyrics. But
Okay.
the East Coast, you can't have whack lyrics.
Really?
They're gonna tell you about it.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
And typically, when you see somebody who's great at multiple things, they seem to draw from both. What did your sports career do to make you great at your music career or your management career?
I think what my sports taught me is you got to put in the work. There's no substitute for the work. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I jumped into the music. Even though I sat down with G Unit one time and they told me that I had blind passion, which means I just got up and worked hard. But
Yeah.
I didn't know what direction I was going. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I had to get direction. They kind of like showed me like a direction. But I think that just sports taught me the work. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You can't cut no corners if you want to get where you want to go.
Right.
So I tried to do that with the music. I did the best I could with the music. I really wasn't that good with the music, but I just worked hard.
Right.
And I wasn't gonna take no for an answer. You know what I'm saying? But with the management, I definitely try to do that. Like, you know, you just gotta work hard. And I try to tell my artists that because good things happen when you work hard.
Yeah.
And nobody's gonna give you a handout. It's never gonna work. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So you really gotta put that time in.
And how hard is it to instill these things in the younger generation and kind of keep them level headed in
Right.
line, make sure they're getting their rest or sleep, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, it was real hard at first. But when you see opportunities that may like have slipped out of your hands, and then you see these people you had these opportunities with, and they're just keep moving forward and forward, and you know where you were at. I mean, I think it was the wake up call. So I think right now the artists are really on point and really working hard and understand like, you know, the goal's right there. It's not a dream, it's a goal. So it's just like you want to get up and work and get to it. We got the people, we got the connections. It's just about putting out the right music and putting our best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing now. It's just about staying consistent, working hard, not getting big headed, because things might go good. Got to stay even kill. You know what I'm saying? And good things are gonna happen. Like I think it's right there.
Right.
What if somebody in the valley wanted to like start into just to dabble into rap, what would their path be? Would you recommend like going to open mics? Would you recommend to get a hold of somebody that would know, like yourself, like would know how to produce what they were putting out?
You always want to. I mean, ideally, you always want to be able to find your own producers because that's a headache when you're having to deal with different producers.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
you can get like 2 or 3 that can do all your music, that'd be cool. But at first, that's probably not gonna happen. So they want to get online, build relationships with the producer. I might get a beat offline, but if I get a beat offline, that's not gonna be the end of the relationship with the producer. I'm
Right.
gonna start writing them and get them to send me samplers and like try
Yeah.
to, you know, if I like their style, stuff like that. So, I'd say definitely license your beat.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Mhm.
License your beat and work on getting your own studio. It doesn't really cost that much anymore.
No,
You just
no.
work on getting your own studio.
Doesn't cost much to license beats or anything like that. It seems intimidating, but
Right.
it's really not that hard to
And
get.
that's really important. I had an artist that I used to manage, and she was doing really big things like online, and we got picked up by B.O.B.'s manager. His
Okay.
name is T.J. Chapman, who ended up being a friend of mine. But he really liked her song "Dear Darla," but come to find out, we didn't own the beat. I wasn't
Yeah.
her manager at the time that she had made the song, but we didn't own the beat. And then when we went to go get the beat, the guy wasn't trying to sell it; he had already sold it. So it ended up, and it cost us like $150,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they wanted that for one song, but we didn't own the beat at the time.
Right.
So that's important.
Yeah, I mean, because that goes farther. Like, even forget about like the record sales and everything. If that song was like on a YouTube video, if somebody's at your concert, then whoever owns the rights is getting all that money from those views.
Right.
And it's yeah.
Lesson learned. Definitely a lesson learned.
I know Jake was talking about possibly having he's got to get a sound together, right?
Oh, we're ready to do it.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I'm ready. I'm
okay,
ready.
okay. A freestyle with He goes with his guitar,
Yeah.
and then the artist goes rapping, kind of a
that'd be
back and
sweet.
forth. We're trying to maybe try to get some artists in for that. I think it'd be dope.
Yeah, we're down. We be down for that for
I
sure.
had to get the Shure SM57. I'll hook that up right to my amp. We'll be ready to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be sweet. Yeah, we'll definitely be down for something. Like
Nice.
that.
I remember the night before I was thinking about doing with Caleb. I texted you and said might try to freestyle too, and he asked me, he said, "You getting in the booth?" I'm like, "No, I'm talking about guitar. Oh, there's no way." But I do when I do my solo stuff, I will play like I'll play a loop with a drum beat. I'll create the loop live, and then I'll work on doing different melodies over that loop. So I can usually try to make words into different notes. So I think it'd be cool doing like a back and
Yeah,
forth.
that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
That'd definitely be sweet. That'd be good on for online too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
content.
It just like we're creating a song, but you can market it as like guitar verse rap battle,
Right.
make it like real blown up and
Yeah.
obnoxious. But yeah, that would.
Yeah, keep us in mind for that.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
definitely
for
do that.
sure.
How do you feel about the state of hip hop rap right now?
I think with Kendrick, I think it's going back to lyrics a little bit. You know what
Yeah,
I mean, it's got to get off that shoot 'em up, bang bang stuff all the
yeah,
time,
yeah,
negativity. But I think with Kendrick, it's going back to lyrics some, and it's more about having a good time. You know what I'm saying? I tell some of my older cousins like they don't like the new music, but
Yeah.
it's more of just a vibe. It's more about just dancing, having a good time. They're not really
Right.
worried about the crazy lyrics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just got to be a balance.
Yeah.
It can't be one or the other. Just be a balance. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
They say even with the mumble rap, it's just about feeling the vibrations.
Yeah, it's just like-
you don't even got to know the words. You just
They don't know the words.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like they just feeling the vibe, like in the studio, having a good time. You
Right.
know what I mean? Everybody dancing. It's not really too much thought into it.
right.
My favorite part of rap is the sampling of old funk songs.
Oh yeah.
That's why I like that Snoop Dogg album. That's like my favorite. Like G's and Hustlers, that song he sampled from Hobbo Globbo Tribbin,
Yeah.
old funk song about a amusement park. You know, I just love that.
My
Yeah.
brother always sample. He got. Oh, you might have seen his record. He got records, like so many records.
Yeah.
He samples all the time. Yeah.
It's not seen. I watched the Wu-Tang documentary on Hulu. Just seeing his board, just crazy, and stacks
Yeah.
and stacks and stacks on records.
Yeah. And they were in Steubenville. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They were in Steubenville for a long time.
Who would be the one of the coolest people you worked with that's touring? You would say, as far as like backstage, kind of like just the overall vibe.
Well, I mean, I came up with MGK, so like,
Yeah.
I used to do like a lot of shows with him. But I went on tour with like Ace Hood, Yo Gotti, who's like major now, Latoya Luckett from Destiny's Child.
Okay.
Just a lot of different people. Swiss Beats. I got to be in the studio with Swiss Beats, one of the best producers that.
Wow.
So, yeah, I met a lot of people, built a lot of relationships in New York. Met a lot of people.
Really? You said New York would be one of your favorite places to perform.
Yeah, because you got to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If you're not good, they'll let you know. So like, yeah, that was the most pressure, but
Uh-huh.
it also was the most reward because they might not start acting like they like your stuff to the second verse. Like your first verse, you're just basically auditioning. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Seeing if you're gonna get booed like the Apollo.
Right.
So yeah, I loved up there.
And I'm sure walking into a place with our accents, you have a target on your back as soon as you walk
yeah,
in. About
from-
you better perform.
From the gate, yeah.
Yeah.
So and that's what I always wanted to show like the guys from back home, but they never wanted to leave. Is once I went up there and realized that they respected my craft and what I was
Yeah.
doing, it gave me more confidence. And I feel like there was a lot of guys that were here that were better than me, but they never left here, so
Yeah.
they didn't really understand how good they was. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Right.
But luckily now the guys coming out of here are more trying to be out in the world. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
So
And it's so crazy, like how distribution is like with TikTok now and stuff. Like I talked about a little bit ago. Like if you have a song and you can just make up 20-second TikToks out of it, you can make like
That's
10
it.
or 20.
Yeah.
Just put them out
the
constantly.
game's changed.
Yeah,
Game's
it's nuts. And like it's like when you scroll through the TikToks and like Instagram Reels, you can put you can attach like a song to it. So now like people are attaching songs from like the 80s and 90s that people that have never heard before, all these kids, and now they're kind of introducing
Right.
this generation to old music.
And what's crazy, they're introducing the old music, and it's actually going up the charts. Like it's
Yeah,
charting.
yeah,
Like there's people that had songs out of from 20 years ago to get on TikTok in
yeah.
a 20-second clip, and the song goes viral.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
I've asked this question to most of the guys that we've had on. How is it like navigating the world with that chip on your shoulder, being from the Ohio Valley, and how is it when you come home and feel the support that everybody around here has for you?
Well, me personally, like that chip on my shoulder, it started in like grade school. Like I always wanted to be the best basketball player. I didn't want to be the best basketball player in the valley. I wanted to be the best basketball player in
Yeah.
the world. You know
Right.
what I mean? So my mentality was always to try to be
Yeah.
the best in the world. So I think with me personally, just having that chip on my shoulder and wanting to represent the valley, uh, it just motivated me more. You know, like it makes me feel good that people from New York or Florida or here they know know about the Ohio Valley because we didn't have like a blueprint in front of us.
Right.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So we were just dreaming in JC Manor, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
we're not gonna sit here in JC Manor. Like we
Right.
gotta leave here to go do something. So yeah, it was just all the extra motivation. Then me personally, I got so much love when I came back to the valley, like for my shows and stuff like that. I'd be like 400 or 500 people at River City and stuff. So you know, I can't thank the valley enough. I'm always gonna be the OV because they show me so much love, and that's what I try to tell my artists. Like the more you do out there, the more love they're gonna show back here. You
Oh,
can't
for
just
sure,
sit here
yeah.
and expect people to think you're different.
Right.
Yeah,
You got
for
to get
sure.
out there and put the work in and make a name for yourself out there because we're not even from a major city in Ohio.
Right.
We're from the OV, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
from the Ohio Valley. But you know, I say that proudly wherever I'm at.
Right.
Where would you say has been the best place locally for hip hop shows?
Lately,
I would say lately and
the what you were saying, Isaiah,
waterfront.
the Waterfront
okay.
Grill, and then yeah, the Waterfront Grill. That's the only place that's been
Yeah,
doing
I
hip-hop
would.
shows.
I think like the Clientele Art Studio will do something maybe like once every summer,
Oh,
but
okay.
that's I think
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah, so I think Gage did something there. He actually writes for the paper. But I think he did
Oh,
something.
Voda. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. We had
Yeah.
him in here. Yeah.
Shout out to Gage.
Yeah,
I think
shout
he's
out
about
Gage.
to do a article on us for the tournament.
Oh, nice,
That's what's up.
nice. And I think the is the Hip Hop Awards. That's at River City, right? They do that every year upstairs. I think.
I think Ron Scott was doing that.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think it was at River City.
Okay.
I think the last couple years they haven't did it. Shout out to Ron Scott because in 2000 and maybe 18 they gave me like it was the first year they gave me the Pioneer Award
Okay.
for hip hop, and I still got that. Shout out to Ron Scott.
That's big to be viewed as a pioneer.
Yeah, man, I really appreciated that because it was like, you know, when I got out of college, could have went and tried to do anything, but I just was like, I want to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
right.
this is what I want to do. So yeah, I really appreciated that.
It's our area is cool too. If like you want to get into the arts, like you're almost immediately in that circle.
Right.
It doesn't take much for them for like you to find like the community here that performs to get in.
Yeah, definitely a lot of support.
Yeah. I really have to go check out Isaiah's thing at the Waterfront Hall. I've been itching to come down and see that.
Yeah, it's been a packed, like I said, every week and getting bigger and bigger, and it gives the artists an opportunity to showcase themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Then we'll have to get that bigger, and then we'll spill out to the street, and then we'll have the fest down on the waterfront or
Oh, that'd
outside.
be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We have any more questions, Silk? Or?
Yeah, when Slick Watch wants to get some local vittles, and where's he slide to?
I want to eat,
Yeah.
man. First and foremost,
You know how to make a clip go viral talking about food
I
here.
gotta go to the Silver Rail Bar and Grill.
Silver
My
Rail?
cousin, yeah, my cousin Stephen Mitchell. We got the Silver Rail Bar and Grill. I gotta get down there and go see him. That's first and foremost.
Got you.
Then after that, you know, I gotta go find me a good steak or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, around here, Longhorn or something like that.
I got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, dial back.
Is there anything more you want to share with the viewers and listeners?
Yeah, I just want to let them know to come out to the kids camp August 6th through the 8th. Any kids from the 2nd to the 8th grade come down. You know what I mean? They're gonna learn skills, play games, get to listen to speakers. I got one of my closest friends, Zach Bruni, the head coach at
Oh, okay.
Welling University.
Okay, yeah.
He's gonna be speaking, and then I got my brother Chase Watts. He's gonna be speaking, and I got to call Coach A. I'm slacking. I got to call Coach Amirati. That was my high school coach. I'm definitely gonna try to get him to speak too.
Yeah.
For the 3 days. So I think it'll be a good camp.
Yeah.
Kind of piggybacking off what I was taught by Coach A, because that's what I used to be at his camps.
Yeah.
So trying to make it.
Teams locked in for the tournament.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're gonna end it at 10. I talked to Jose
Okay.
Davis today. We got the Ohio OVAC refs.
Yeah.
I talked to Jose today, and I think we're gonna stop it at 10.
Okay.
10 teams, double elimination, and then a 1-game final. Yeah.
That's good. You don't got double dip.
Yeah,
Right.
everything will go smooth that
I think
way.
we're just gonna go ahead and go repeat. You know, we won last year, so I figure we'll just go ahead and repeat again. Shout out to my team, Watson Music.
All right, guys, I'm gonna put a ribbon on this one. Appreciate you coming in, sir.
Appreciate you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
y'all having me.
Sir.